The House will come to order. The invocation today will be given by Pastor Matt Vandersteen from Bethany Assembly of God in Adrian, guest of Representative Jenkins Arno. Will members, staff, and guests in the gallery please rise?
Lord, we give thanks today. We have so many blessings. And before the work of this house begins, we take a moment to pause, to posture our hearts, and to seek your guidance. Thank you for the commitment and sacrifice represented in this room. I pray for each representative, staff member, leader, and public servant gathered here today. Give them wisdom, humility, courage, and compassion. Lord, I pray for the leaders before you. Draw them to yourself, shine your face upon them, and may your grace and favor go before them today. I know the leaders in this room carry a burden and a heavy weight. Strengthen them, encourage them, and remind them that they are valued and believed in. Bless their families, marriages, and children who often share in this weight. Lord, help these representatives steward well what has been entrusted to them. We know this work is not about positions, platforms, or power, but it's about people. And today we pray for all the people who call this great state of Michigan home. Bless the people of Michigan, from the Upper Peninsula to the southern border. Strengthen our cities, towns, farms, schools, neighborhoods, and families. Let Michigan thrive. Help us to delight in you, Lord, and be like trees planted by streams of water, whose leaves do not wither and who yield fruit in season. May the work done here bear good fruit. Bless this house, bless its leaders, bless its staff, and bless the people of Michigan. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you. The clerk will open the board for the purpose of taking attendance. The board is now open. Members, you may check in at your desk. For the purpose of introduction, the speaker recognizes Representative Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today I have children from Childs Elementary, which is in the Ypsilanti area, House District 32. They're in the East and the West Gallery today visiting the Capitol.
Will the special guest of Representative Wilson please rise? And welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purpose of introduction, the speaker recognizes Representative Wilson.
And thank you, Madam Speaker, but a special shout out to one of those students is my son, Markel Wilson, who's in 3rd grade up there also, and my wife, Camila, as a chaperone.
Well, welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purpose of introduction, the speaker recognizes Representative Frisbie.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have two visitors today from my district. Dee Dee Halder, who is an ER nurse at Battle Creek Bronson, who I worked with as a colleague in healthcare, and also we served together as firefighters in Penfield Township, and her son Colton.
Will the special guest of Representative Frisbie please rise? Welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. Colleagues, if I could have your attention, please. For the purpose of an intern farewell, the Speaker recognizes Representative Martus.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today to say goodbye to a truly talented intern that has been on our team for over a year and a half. And he is a guy, Jalen Baker, that from the moment I met him, I knew was special, and over the past 18 months have learned how special he is. He has made me a better legislator, a better person, has really been there to make our office as effective as it can be. He is how Harry Hopkins was to FDR or Ted Sorensen was to JFK. I come up with an idea that's half-baked, and he executes it better than anyone. So he is still going to be around. He's going to go work for my colleague from the 80th District, and that guy better take good care of Jalen, because there's nobody better at this job than Jalen. So thank you, Jalen, for everything you've done for us, our community, and the state of Michigan.
Colleagues, please join me in thanking Jalen for his service to the Michigan House of Representatives. Colleagues, if I could have your attention, please. For the purpose of a tribute presentation, the Speaker recognizes Representative Carter.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today with gratitude and pride to recognize the Michigan Legislative Black Caucus on the occasion of its historic 50th anniversary celebration, and to thank the caucus for choosing Pontiac as a place to mark its golden milestone.
Colleagues, please give your attention to the speaker addressing the body. If you need to have a conversation, you may take it off of the floor. The speaker recognizes Representative Carter.
Thank you again, Madam Speaker. For 50 years, the Michigan Legislative Black Caucus has carried a powerful responsibility to speak for communities whose voices have often been ignored, to fight for equal opportunity, to protect civil rights, and to advance policies that open doors for families across our state. That legacy is not only legislative, it is personal, it is generational, it is rooted in courage, service, and purpose. As the oldest legislative Black caucus in the nation, the Michigan Legislative Black Caucus history belongs to all of Michigan. It belongs to the trailblazers who stepped into rooms where they were not always welcome, but where they knew our people needed representation. It belongs to leaders who turned up hardship into policy, exclusions into access, and silence into action. It belongs to the next generation who must know that public service is not only about holding office, it's about lifting people. That's why it mattered that Pontiac was chosen for this celebration. Pontiac is a city of history, labor, faith, family, resilience. Pontiac is a city that knows what it means to carry struggle and still stand with dignity. Pontiac is a city where people understand that progress is not handed to us. It is built, protected, and forward. When the Michigan Legislative Black Caucus brought its 50th anniversary celebration to Pontiac, it did more than just host an event. It honored the community. It affirmed that Pontiac's story is part of Michigan's story. It reminded our residents that a place like Pontiac are not to be margins of history. We are part of the foundation. I want to thank the members, officers, founders, and former members, staff, partners that supported the Michigan Legislative Black Caucus for their continued leadership and for recognizing the importance of celebrating this milestone in Pontiac. I also want to thank everyone who helped make this celebration possible and everyone who carried the mission of the caucus for 5 decades. May the next 50 years of the Michigan Legislative Black Caucus be marked with the same courage, vision, and commitment to justice. May we continue to honor the elders, prepare the next generation, and to serve the people with purpose. I do have a tribute, Madam Speaker, that I want to present, and what's historic about this historic event, that this tribute is signed by Mayor Michael McGinnis, Mayor of Pontiac, Mayor Eugene Hawkins, Mayor of Auburn Hills, Township Supervisor Anthony Bartolotta, and County Executive Dave Coulter. And I want to present this tribute to the chair of the Michigan Legislative Black Caucus from the 94th District.
Colleagues, please join me in congratulating the anniversary of the Legislative Black Caucus here in Michigan. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Move to excuse all absent members.
So ordered. The clerk will close the board, tally, display, and announce today's attendance.
Madam Speaker, the quorum of the House is present. There are no members absent with prior excuse.
Will members, staff, and guests in the gallery please rise and join me now in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Speaker recognizes Majority Caucus Chair Borton.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Attention Republican members, we have a Republican caucus in the Republican caucus room. Republican members, we have Republican caucus in the Republican caucus room.
For the purpose of an introduction, the Speaker recognizes Representative Woolford.
Madam Speaker, today I have with me in the South Gallery a remarkable individual from the 50th District, Principal Jason Schrock. Jason currently serves as the Howell Principal at the Howell High School. He leads with integrity, vision, and a deep belief in the potential of every student. Under his leadership, Howell has launched many new programs like the Air Force JROTC program, and he's also deeply rooted in his faith, and his faith is evident in the way that he builds relationships and supports his students. So I ask my colleagues to join me in recognizing Principal Jason Schrock for his exceptional leadership and wishing him continued success. Thank you, Madam.
Will the guests of Representative Woolford please rise and welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purpose of an introduction, the Speaker recognizes Representative Schuette.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have joining me on the floor today a very special constituent, my mother, and my father, Michigan's 53rd Attorney General.
Colleagues, please join me in welcoming Representative Schuette's parents to the Michigan House of Representatives. The House will go at ease at the call of the chair.
For the purposes of an announcement, the chair recognizes Representative Rogers.
Democrats, come to caucus, please. Thank you.
The House will come to order. The House will proceed to announcements by the clerk of printing and enrollment.
The clerk announced the following bills when reproduced and made available electronically on Wednesday, May 20th. House Bills 5995 through 6005. Clerk announced the following bills were reproduced and made available electronically on Thursday, May 21st. Senate Bills 982 through 996.
Reports of standing committees.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform, Representative Aragona Chair, reported House Bill 5105 with recommendation that substitute H1 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Bill will be referred to the order of second reading of bills.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform, Representative Aragona Chair, reported House Bill 5107 with recommendation that the substitute H1 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Bill will be referred to the order of second reading of bills.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform, Representative Aragona Chair, reported House Bill 5755 with recommendation that the substitute H1 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Bill will be referred to the order of second reading of bills.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform, Representative Aragona Chair, reported House Bill 5805 with recommendation that the substitute H1 be adopted and further recommended the bill and substitute referred to the Committee on Rules.
Bill will be referred to the Committee on Rules.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform, Representative Aragona Chair, reported House Bill 5806 with recommendation that the substitute H1 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Bill will be referred to the order of second reading of bills.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform, Representative Aragona Chair, reported House Bill 5807, recommendation that the substitute H1 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Bill will be referred to the order of second reading of bills.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform, Representative Aragona Chair, reported House Bill 5902 without amendment and with recommendation the bill pass.
Bill will be referred to the order of second reading of bills.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform, Representative Aragona Chair, reported House Bill 5995 without amendment with recommendation the bill pass.
Bill will be referred to the order of second reading of bills.
The Committee on Government Operations, Representative Gould Chair, reported House Concurrent Resolution number 7 without amendment with recommendation a concurrent resolution then be adopted. The Committee on Government Operations, Representative Gould Chair, reported Senate Bill 770 without amendment and with recommendation the bill pass.
Bill will be referred to the order of second reading of bills.
The Committee on Rules, Representative Schuette Chair, reported House Bill 5498 with recommendation that the substitute H1 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Bill will be referred to the order of second reading of bills.
The Committee on Rules, Representative Schuette Chair, reported House Bill 5501 with recommendation that the substitute H2 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Bill will be referred to the order of second reading of bills.
The Committee on Rules, Representative Schuette Chair, reported House Bill 5536 without amendment with recommendation the bill pass.
Bill will be referred to the order of second reading of bills.
The Committee on Rules, Representative Schuette Chair, reported House Bill 5557 without amendment with recommendation the bill pass.
The bill will be referred to the order of second reading of bills.
The Committee on Rules, Representative Schuette Chair, reported House Bill 5739 without amendment with recommendation the bill pass.
The bill will be referred to the order of second reading of bills.
The Committee on Rules, Representative Schuette Chair, reported House Bill 5740 with recommendation that the substitute H1 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Bill will be referred to the order of second reading of bills. The House will stand at ease.
The House will come to order. Colleagues, if I can have your attention, please. For the purpose of a staff farewell, the Speaker recognizes Representative Prestin.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Many of you know that there isn't much that I or the people of the Upper Peninsula in general particularly like about Lansing. But we believe in the work, and I am fortunate to have a great team in my office who also believe in the mission. For the past 4 years, Grace Farley has served the people of the Upper Peninsula and the 108th with integrity, dedication, and an unwavering advocacy that carried a rare, polite ferocity. Her demeanor was always courteous, but remarkably fierce in defense of our constituents. Grace will be retiring at the end of next week, and I am grateful for this opportunity to bid her farewell today. Grace's path to becoming a constituent services aide wasn't the usual one. She built a career in the corporate world, worked in real estate, became an attorney, and then an educator. 4 years ago, her growing frustration with the direction of our public institutions and state led her to seriously consider early retirement. That wasn't an easy decision because Grace has always loved being in service to others. Her work has been an outlet for that deep instinct. Fortunately for the UP and our state, she was persuaded that she could make a real difference. She set aside her retirement plans and brought her unique professional skill set into the office of the 108 to fight for our people. Though she lives down here these days, Grace is a Uper through and through. She was born and raised in the Upper Peninsula with our values. Much of her family still lives in the UP, and she returns often, especially to help with her 2 grandchildren. And I hear another grandbaby's on the way. Grace's deep UP roots combined with her broad professional experience and personal stake in our communities equipped her to do outstanding work here. She has excelled at constituent outreach, helped vulnerable people through difficult times, mentored young professionals, given them the tools to serve the public, and strengthened this institution. Today is bittersweet. Grace has been with my office since day one. She has been a tremendous asset to our team and to the entire Upper Peninsula. Grace has often felt more like a counterpart than an employee. We have similar backgrounds, similar careers under our belts, and an intimate knowledge about the challenges the UP face. That unique connection is irreplaceable. It made her the perfect person for our office. Grace is a person of strong faith, and I can't help but think that we both feel that God played a role in bringing her to service in our office. For us to go through the crazy series of events that led us both to Lansing, and to find someone here working in Lansing from the west end of the UP, from one of the most economically challenged areas, and who can relate to our constituents in ways that no one else can, with her personal experience of living in that region, must have been part of God's plan. While she is retiring from this role, we know that she will be spending a lot of time back home with her husband Dan, her children, and her grandchildren. I look forward to the times our paths cross again. In honor of Grace's retirement, the UP delegation would like to present her with this tribute. Madam Chair, please join me in thanking Grace for her dedicated service to our state and wishing her the very happiest of retirements.
Colleagues, please join me in thanking Grace for her service to the state of Michigan. Colleagues, if I could have your attention, please. For the purpose of a tribute presentation, the speaker recognizes Representative Meerman.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's truly an honor to give this tribute to an organization that's very special to my wife and I's heart. This is where we've been spending some of our time in the last few years. This is Jonathan's House Orphanage. 65 kids in the orphanage, 45 births a week in the clinic, 300 people seen a week in the clinic, 500 kids coming to school. And it's a place that has gripped our heart and taken our heart, and it's where we'll be spending some of our time after we leave here. So just to read a little bit from the tribute, Jonathan's House was first established in 2012 in response to the devastating effects of prolonged civil war in the Central African Republic. And under dedicated leadership, it has grown into a refuge for families, widows, and children displaced by conflict. The mission ensures that children facing the most desperate circumstances are met not with abandonment, but with love, safety, and hope for a future. The ministry impacts beyond orphan care. It operates the Eugene Rosenau Christian School, educating and feeding approximately 450 students in one grade. And I want to stop here and say this one little snippet. I think this will stick in your mind. So these kids get food. They get a lunch because often they don't have enough from where they're coming, and it's hard to learn, as we've all heard here. It's hard to learn if your stomach isn't full. But guess what? These kids don't always eat this lunch, and the school has to make sure they eat the lunch. If you can imagine why that is, because their siblings back home don't have enough, so they're trying to take it back home to their siblings. That's the kind of world they live in, where they're so self-sacrificing, and we need to make sure they're eating the lunch so they can learn. Jonathan's House further ministers through hunger relief, women's discipleship, and trusted medical center that offers life-saving care to children and families who would otherwise travel hours without treatment. So with that, Madam Speaker, I have this tribute, and I have Bob Bixby, who's the director of Jonathan's House, with me here today.
Colleagues, please join me in welcoming Representative Meerman's guest to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purpose of an introduction, the speaker recognizes Representative Schriver.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We've got 20 students and 8 adults from Washington Township. This is Indian Hills Elementary.
Will the special guest of Representative Schriver please rise? And welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purpose of an introduction, the speaker recognizes Representative Arbit.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am very proud today to have 22 students and 5 adults from Chico Elementary in West Bloomfield.
Will the guests of Representative Arbit please rise and welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. Colleagues, can I have your attention, please? We will be enforcing Rule 31, so please find your way to your seats. Thank you. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House proceed to the order of motions and resolutions.
Without objection, so ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Move to suspend Rule 41 in order to discharge the Committee on Government Operations from further consideration of Senate Bill 304.
The Majority Floor Leader moves that Senate Bill 304 be referred to, excuse me. The Majority Floor Leader moves that Rule 41 be suspended. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. The rule is suspended. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the Committee on Government Operations be discharged from further consideration of Senate Bill 304.
The Majority Floor Leader moves that the Committee on Government Operations be discharged from further consideration of Senate Bill 304. All those in favor will say aye. Those opposed, nay. The bill is discharged and placed on the order of second reading. Okay. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House proceed to the order of second reading of bills in order to take up Senate Bill 304.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Senate Bill 304, a bill to amend an act to vacate the Township of Holmes and Village of Mackinac in Mackinac County, State of Michigan, and to incorporate the City of Mackinac Island in said Mackinac County. People of the State of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question before the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Move that the House proceed to the order of third reading of bills in order to take up Senate Bill 304 and place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Senate Bill 304, a bill to amend an act to vacate the Township of Holmes and Village of Mackinac in Mackinac County, State of Michigan, and to incorporate the City of Mackinac Island in said Mackinac County. The people of the State of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question before the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. The clerk will close the board, tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of Senate Bill 304, there are 91 aye votes and 16 nay votes.
2/3 of the members elected and serving have voted in favor, therefore, the bill is passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Move for immediate effect.
The Majority Floor Leader moves for immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Continuing on the order of third reading of bills, move that the House take up calendar item number 22, House Bill 5552.
Without objection, so ordered, the clerk will read.
Calendar item number 22, House Bill 5552, introduced by Representative Tisdel, a bill to amend an act to regulate the rate of interest of money. The people of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There are not. Speaker recognizes Representative Tisdel.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. House Bill 5552 is relatively simple. Michigan has two of the nation's largest mortgage loan servicing companies right in our backyards, one in Detroit, one in Pontiac. This bill simply provides them with a risk management tool, a pricing tool that allows them to be more competitive on the front end of the loan pricing process. This is something that's available on the individual mortgage side of the business. We're simply making it available to the institutional or investment mortgage side of the business as well. Please ask for your support and a yes vote. Thank you.
The question before the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. The clerk will close the board. Representative Skaggs votes aye. Representative Arbit votes aye. Representative Polhutsky votes nay. The clerk will tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of House Bill 5552, there are 81 aye votes and 26 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted in favor, therefore the bill has passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Move for immediate effect.
The Majority Floor Leader moves for immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Continuing on the order of third reading of bills, move that the House take up calendar item number 39, House Bill 5150.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar item number 39, House Bill 5150, introduced by Representative Thompson, a bill to amend the Public Health Code. People of the State of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There are not. Speaker recognizes Representative Thompson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Respiratory therapists are not assistants standing on the sidelines. They are highly trained medical professionals that perform life and death situations and decisions on a daily basis. They work in our hospital rooms, ICUs, neonatal rehab, and ambulances. They manage ventilators for patients who cannot breathe on their own, responding to cardiac arrests, treating trauma victims, COPD, pneumonia, sepsis, respiratory failure, and manage tracheostomies. They are continuously interpreting critical arterial blood gas values, or ABGs, to determine whether a patient is literally breathing effectively enough to survive. They recognize metabolic acidosis and conditions like diabetic ketoacidosis or sepsis, while the body becomes dangerously acidic and breathing compensation becomes critical, along with many other acid-base balances. This is complicated work. This is not the standard direct care worker. They do not work under the supervision of a nurse or a doctor. They are independent healthcare workers with not minor responsibilities. They are advanced clinical judgments that directly affect whether a patient literally lives or dies. Madam Speaker, why do standards matter? I would ask this. Would you want an unqualified person managing the ventilation of your spouse, your parent, or perhaps your child? This bill establishes the patient standards and public trust, the same standards that we already expect for nurses, paramedics, and the countless other healthcare providers in the state of Michigan. This bill also does something very important in a time where we are facing healthcare shortages in the state of Michigan. It offers a limited license possibility for students as they are learning. That matters tremendously. It helps students gain real-world clinical experience while working under the direct supervision of an already registered respiratory therapist. This gets students to work, gets money in their pockets, but it also helps our hospitals address healthcare shortages. At a time when Michigans need more skilled healthcare workers, not fewer, this creates a responsible pathway into the workforce while maintaining oversight and patient protection. This is not unnecessary legislation, Madam Speaker. This is responsible healthcare policy, which our constituents deserve. Because when someone cannot breathe, qualifications do matter, and I urge a yes vote from this body. Thank you.
The question before the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Bagol.
I move to excuse Representative Outman.
So ordered. The clerk will close the board. Representative Breen votes. Aye. Representative Song votes aye. Representative Kofia votes aye. Representative Cerniglu votes aye. Representative Scott votes aye. Representative McDonald votes aye. Representative Brixey votes aye. Representative Purry votes aye. Representative O'Neill votes aye. Representative Price votes aye. Representative B. Carter votes aye. Representative Burns votes aye. Representative Rogers votes aye. Representative Snyder votes aye. Representative Miller votes aye. Representative Pies votes aye. Representative Green votes aye. Representative McKinney votes aye. Representative Robinson votes aye. Representative Aragona votes aye. Representative Harris votes aye. Representative Johnson votes aye. Representative Meerman votes aye. Representative Regas votes aye. Representative Steele votes aye. Representative DeSena votes. Representative Speaker Hall votes aye. Thank you. Representative DeSena votes aye. The clerk will close the board, tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of House Bill 5150, there are 103 aye votes and 3 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted in favor, therefore the bill has passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Move for immediate effect.
The Majority Floor Leader moves for immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Continuing on the order of third reading of bills, move that the House take up calendar item number 24, House Bill 5717.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar number 24, House Bill 5717, a bill to amend the Michigan election law of the people of the state of Michigan, enact.
The bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There are. The clerk will read.
Representative Carr offers a floor substitute H2 identified as amendment number 1.
The question is on the adoption of the amendment. Is there support? There is support. The question before the House is on the adoption of the substitute. The clerk will open the board. The substitute is adopted. Are there further amendments? There being no further amendments, sorry. Speaker recognizes Representative Wortz.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. House Bill 5717 addresses a critical issue that is occurring in townships and municipalities around the state. The caseload of responsibility that we have placed upon local clerks, along with the lack of resources to compensate them fairly in many areas, has become a major issue, in rural communities specifically. Numerous townships in my district and around the state are without a local clerk or deputy to run the upcoming election. Every election in Michigan is a local election. The success and security of our elections relies on local elected officials running local elections where they represent their own community. When the office is vacant or when no clerk or deputy can fulfill the duties of the office, this bill will allow for the local township or city to hire a qualified clerk within the county to oversee the local election. This bill doesn't fill clerk positions with a non-resident. Clerks should be elected, but in order to elect anyone to fill a vacancy, you still have to have a certified person to run an election, which is what my bill provides for. Thank you.
The question before the House.
For the purposes of an introduction, the chair recognizes Representative Kunse.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. In the East Gallery today, we've got 24 students and 4 adults from Harrison, Michigan. This is Larson Elementary. Go Hornets!
Will the special guest of Representative Kunse please rise? Welcome to the House of Representatives.
The Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to reconsider the vote by which substitute H2 passed the House.
Majority Floor Leader moves to reconsider the vote. All those in favor say the amendment. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, nay. The reconsideration of the amendment is approved. The question before the House is on the adoption of the amendment. The clerk will open the board. The amendment is not adopted. Are there further amendments? There being no further amendments, the question before the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. The clerk will close the board, tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question on final passage of House Bill 5717, there are 104 aye votes and 2 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted in favor, therefore, the bill has passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Move for immediate effect.
The Majority Floor Leader moves for immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House proceed to the order of motions and resolutions in order to take up House Resolution 323.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Resolution 323, introduced by Representative Prestin, a resolution to declare May 21st, 2026 as Stop the Bleed Day in the state of Michigan.
The Speaker recognizes Representative Prestin.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have the honor of offering a resolution recognizing today as Stop the Bleed Day in Michigan. Stop the Bleed Day is celebrated every year during EMS week because it encourages everyday people to empower themselves by learning how to recognize and control life-threatening bleeding. As a paramedic, I know that in moments of crisis, minutes matter. In severe bleeding scenarios, an individual may lose their life before first responders have the ability to arrive on scene, no matter how fast the response time. You don't have to be a paramedic to save someone's life. Every one of us has that power. If we take the short amount of time to give ourselves the tool to act in emergency situations, you never expect it, but whether it's a farming mishap, a hunting injury, a car crash, emergency at home, preparation always beats complacency. Severe bleeding can turn a bad situation tragic in a matter of minutes. The Stop the Bleed initiative teaches 3 simple actions that anyone can learn. Apply direct pressure to stop the bleeding, apply a tourniquet if needed correctly, and pack the wound if needed. These are simple, life-saving skills that empower regular people to become first responders when professional help is still minutes or even hours away. I strongly encourage everyone in this room and across the state to get trained and learn how to stop the bleed. I urge my colleagues to join me in recognizing Stop the Bleed Day. My resolution should be available on the electronic co-sponsorship. Thank you.
The question before the House is on the adoption of House Resolution 323. All those in favor of the resolution will say aye. Those opposed, nay. The resolution is adopted. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Continuing on the order of motions and resolutions, I move that the House take up House Resolution 324.
Well then.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Resolution number 324, introduced by Representative Outman, a resolution to call upon the United States Congress to propose and send to the states for ratification a constitutional amendment to clarify that the states and Congress may set reasonable limits on the spending of money to influence elections, including distinctions between natural persons and artificial entities.
The resolution is referred to the Committee on Government Operations. And members, we will now be lifting Rule 31. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Continuing on the order of motions and resolutions, I move that the House take up House Resolution 325.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Resolution number 325, introduced by Representative Arbit, a resolution urging President Trump, the Internal Revenue Service, and all parties to the settlement agreement creating the Anti-Weaponization Fund to rescind the agreement.
The resolution is referred to the Committee on Government Operations. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumous.
Just to let the members know, there will be no further voting today. When the House adjourns, it stands adjourned until Tuesday, June 2nd, 2026 at 1:30 p.m.
The House will stand at ease at the call of the chair.
The House will come to order and proceed to introduction of bills.
Representative Mueller offers House Bill 6006, a bill to amend the General Property Tax Act. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
Bill will be considered at a first time by its title, referred to the Committee on Finance.
Representative Cavett offers House Bill 6007, a bill to amend the Food Law. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
Bill will be considered at a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Regulatory Reform.
Representative Prestin offers House Bill 6008, a bill to amend the Natural Resources and Environmental Protection Act. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
Bill will be considered at a first time by its title, referred to the Committee on Natural Resources and Tourism.
Representative Roth offers House Bill 6009, a bill to regulate certain provisions in certain public employment contracts. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
Bill will be considered at a first time by its title, referred to the Committee on Government Operations.
Representative Liberati offers House Bill 6010, a bill to amend the Michigan Memorial Highway Act. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
Bill will be considered at a first time by its title, referred to the Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure.
Representative Miller offers House Bill 6011, a bill to amend the Clean and Renewable Energy and Energy Waste Reduction Act. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
Bill will be considered at a first time by its title, referred to the Committee on Communications and Technology.
Representative Woolford offers House Bill 6012, a bill to amend the revised school code. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
Bill will be considered at a first time by its title, referred to the Committee on Education and Workforce.
Representative Woolford offers House Bill 6013, a bill to amend the Social Welfare Act. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
Bill will be considered at a first time by its title, referred to the Committee on Government Operations.
Representative Jenkins Arno offers House Bill 6014, a bill to amend the Michigan Strategic Fund Act. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
Bill will be considered at a first time by its title, referred to the Committee on Economic Competitiveness.
Representative Jenkins Arno offers House Bill 6015, a bill to amend the Michigan Strategic Fund Act. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
Bill will be considered at a first time by its title, referred to the Committee on Economic Competitiveness.
Representative Kolazar offers House Bill 6016, a bill to amend the revised school code. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
Bill will be considered at a first time by its title, referred to the Committee on Education and Workforce.
Representative Meerman offers House Bill 6017, a bill to enter into the Interstate Compact for School Psychologists. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
Bill will be considered at a first time by its title, referred to the Committee on Health Policy.
Representative Representative Markkinen offers House Bill 6018, a bill to amend the Michigan election law. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
Bill will be considered at a first time by its title, referred to the Committee on Government Operations.
Representative Kolazar offers House Bill 6019, a bill to amend the Insurance Code of 1956. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
Bill will be considered at a first time by its title, referred to the Committee on Insurance.
So Jamie Green offers House Bill 6020, a bill to amend the Public Health Code. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
Bill will be considered at a first time by its title, referred to the Committee on Families and Veterans.
Representative Snyder offers House Bill 6021, a bill to amend the Skilled Trades Regulation Act. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
Bill will be considered at a first time by its title, referred to the Committee on Regulatory Reform.
Representative Vanderwall offers House Bill 6022, a bill to amend the Mental Health Code. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
Bill will be considered at a first time by its title, referred to the Committee on Health Policy.
Representative Markkinen offers House Joint Resolution U, a joint resolution proposing amendment to the state constitution of 1963 by amending Section 21 of Article 5 and Section 5 of Article 8. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
The joint resolution will be referred to the Committee on Government Operations. There being no further business to come before the House, Representative Van Workum moves that the House do now adjourn. Hearing no objection, the House will stand adjourned until Tuesday, June 2nd, 2026 at 1:30 p.m.